My god, I look pale compared to last week's video. Hello, I am Eloise and this is my channel, and for today's video I feel very inspired by the Ariana Grande God Is a Woman single cover, if that's what you call it. I think that's what it's for. I don't know whether it's for the album or the single cover. I should have really come prepared. Now we know Ariana Grande is having this really tight half up half down do with a flick and a bold lip, but she's really toned it down and I'm loving it. So she's gone for very natural skin, nothing too glowy, nothing too matte, not too much on the eyes, fluffy brows and a really glossy lip. So that is what I'm going to do today, because I feel like this is such a beautiful understated look and I want to recreate it. I've tried to do similar hair to her, however she looks incredible and I look like an egghead. So if you want to see me recreate the God Is a Woman single cover or album cover, I'm not too sure, then make sure you keep on watching. So it's very skin focused, this look, but first of all I've just popped my skincare on. I have changed things up a little bit, but I'm going to do a dedicated video in a couple of months time to see if it's sorted my skin out, because I'm getting some weird like pigmentation around my mouth at the minute and I have had to switch up my skincare to see if that helps. I've just made sure that my skin is really nice and hydrated. But first of all I'm going to go in with I haven't mentioned this on my YouTube, but I really should have, because it's actually, I wear this all the time. I don't know why I never feature it in a video, but yeah, love this foundation. It is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour foundation. I think they do an infallible matte foundation, but this one's more of the satin foundation, that's why I like it. It's lovely. I mean, I do get a little bit oily throughout the day and I'm not very oily typically, but I quite like it when the oils come through. You know me, I love a sweaty forehead look. But yeah, I feel this lasts quite long on my skin as well. So I'm in the shade 200 Golden Sand. It's probably way too dark for me, but I really like it. So I'm just going to do one pump for today. I'm not going to do too much coverage because I want it to be very glowy, very natural looking. So hence why I'm going for this big old brush. This is the Urban Decay Large Powder Brush. And I just like to take a tiny bit at a time and start to work it into the skin. And where it's a massive brush, A, it gets it done quicker because you're covering a larger surface area, and 2, it's going to sheer out the foundation, making it look much more natural looking. So you can see I'm literally putting the tiniest amount on at a time and really building it up. Okay, so you can see the difference between this side and this side. This side is very dull. I mean, no, actually, look at that glow. It's just basically evened out my skin tone, not giving too much coverage, just evened out the skin tone. Can you see all this like weird pigmentation around my mouth? I honestly don't know what it is and it's really stressing me out. See how beautiful that foundation is? And you can really get a full coverage from it, but you can also sheer it out using a larger brush. Now we're going to start working with some cream bronzer. She didn't wear too much, I'll show you. So she doesn't have too much like structure to the cheekbones. I mean, she's got incredible cheekbones anyway. I don't want any harsh contouring, anything like that. I just want to warm the face up. So I haven't actually used this product in a very long time, but I thought I would whip it out for today. It's the Peaches and Cream Contour. This cream contour is more of like a bronze shade, which is why I like it. So I just like to grab my sponge. So I'm just going to bounce that in there, bounce off the excess on the back of my hand and just work it into the sponge. And you can see where my natural cheekbones are anyway. So I'm literally just going to follow that. And the reason we wanted to take off most of it on the back of your hand, because if I put that straight on my face it would have taken forever to blend out. And like I said, I just want a really, really soft looking bronze just around the forehead. So this is very flat. This is much more not sculpted because there's no harsh contouring, but a little bit more sun-kissed. Same on the other side. Now of course we've got to add a little bit of glow. Although that satin foundation gives a really nice radiance, the only reason you can see it so well is because of my bright light, so I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid highlighter. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Highlighting Fluid in the shade Sin. And I just like to take a little bit on the back of my hand because I feel like it works best and only best with a sponge. If you use your finger, it lifts the foundation off the skin. If you use a brush, it does the same thing. I'm going to use a flat end and I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my sponge and again work it into the sponge, because I don't want there to be any harsh lines going directly onto my skin, because then it makes it hard to blend out. I just want to put a little bit right on the highest point of my cheekbone. I don't want to bring it around here. She's only got it right in the front there. She hasn't got it on her forehead or anything like that, and on her nose a little bit as well. Just taking a little pencil brush and a little bit of that liquid highlighter. I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. So now I'm going to take my Naked Skin concealer and I'm just going to put it on my darkness. So I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and just bounce out that concealer. Okay, so now I look a little bit more awake. So I've just set my under eyes and I'm looking at it, and like I said earlier, she's just got a slight bit of highlight right on the tops of the cheekbones, the nose and that inner corner. So I've grabbed the wettest looking highlighter, which is the Christian Leanne Urban Decay Beauty Beam. And I'm going to take a large fluffy brush and I'm just going to take these two, I mean look, I've battered it, and I just want it to grab on that liquid highlighter. I don't want it to be too beaming. So that is the skin pretty much done. So now we're going to do some textured brows, which is my favourite bit. So I'm just fluffing the hairs up, and this is the shade Taupe, so it's the closest colour to my natural hairs. And rather than underlining, which I usually would, and I'm not going to be carving out my brows today, I want them to look really natural and textured. I'm just stroking where the brows would naturally grow. So in the hairs in the front, I would flick upwards, and where the brows are at the side, I would flick outwards. Might elongate the tail a little bit, but that's it. I'm not really adding too much shape. I'm just filling in really. Same on the other side. This is a really quick brow. So now they are slightly filled in, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Primer. I've run out on my Subversion, so I'll have to use this. It's not as good, but it will do for now. So I've just taken off the excess on the wand. You've seen me do this a million times. I'm just flicking the product up at the front. And what you want to do to keep the brows in place, because where my brows are quite fine, they sort of stick out slightly, so you just want to flatten them. Pressing them down. So that is the brows done. Really full, really textured, really fluffy. Love these brows. Okay, so I'm literally just leaving it there. Not even going to carve them out because Ariana's are not carved. They are just full and fluffy and beautiful. So now for the eyes. She's not got much on her eyes. It literally looks like she's got the tiniest wash of colour all over her eye and really full lashes. So that's literally what I'm going to do. So where it's not a really full eye look, I'm just going to take Original Eyeshadow Primer by Urban Decay, which is the one that dries down clear. So I'm just going to pat that in with my finger. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I love this palette because of the massive mirror. I can actually fit my whole face in it, so it's great for travelling. I'm just taking the shade Pre-Game, which is this matte all over set the primer colour. So I'm just taking this Anastasia brush that came in with the Modern Renaissance palette because it's nice and fat and fluffy, and I want everything to be really diffused, no harsh edges at all. One wash of colour and that is it. So I think I'm going to take the shade Tempted, which is this colour here. It's a little bit more cool toned, but I think it will work quite nicely. Well, that came out a bit more pigmented than I thought it would. So I'm just dusting off the excess on my arm, and I'm just being really messy with this. I want it to be more of like a shadow, not an eyeshadow, like an actual shadow, making my eyes look bigger. This brush is actually really scratchy, hurting a little bit. I think that's all she's got on. I'll probably just take, because it looks like she's got some brown underneath her eyes, so I'm just going to take Faith. Nothing too noticeable, because she hasn't got any lower mascara on. It's nice to have something under there just to make the eyes look a bit more of like a defining feature. I think I'm just going to take a little bit of black pencil because you can't see her lash band. There's definitely some depth there, and also it's going to help to hide my lash band, so just going to tight line a little bit. I feel like this just adds depth, but where I've only put it in the top waterline, it's not obvious. Oh, this is the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shape of, not Perversion. That one's a little bit too creamy to do this with, and it goes everywhere. This is 0. Okay, now I'm going to add some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Miss Baby Doll. So I've got 2 lashes and I don't know what ones to go for. They're both really full, really wispy. They're both Prima Lash. She has got quite gappy lashes, so I feel like these ones might be the best. These are Prima Lash in the shade, in the Style vein. Love the lashes. I'm almost done and all I'm going to do is my lips. So she has got very, very natural, more of just a clear gloss over the lips. I'm going to go for a lip liner that's very close to my natural lip colour. So like your lips but better colour. So I'm going in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Stark Naked. That's the lips lined and I'm just gonna fill in now. And all I'm gonna do is put on a clear lip gloss, but I don't have a clear lip gloss, so I've got the Urban Decay Lip Love, which is very, very glossy, like shea butter and coconut oil. Love it. And of course, to finish off, because we don't have much powder on, we've got to make sure this is gonna last all day. It is the All Nighter Pollution Protection Setting Spray. I'm going to give it a good shake, tilt my head back and spritz. So this is the finished look. Am I Ariana Grande yet? I wish I was. She's absolutely stunning and she's got the voice of an angel. I'm really loving this look. It's very, very natural, but we've got that big drama in the eyes with the lashes. I think it looks beautiful. More on the glossy side rather than glowy. I think glossy is like the next level to glowy and I am living for it. So if you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz. I'm Eloise, this is my channel and I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.